Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well, right? So today we have a very amazing personality with us. His name is Mr. Harshvardhan, and if I tell you about his credibility, so he's currently working as an associate product manager at Unstop. Other than that, he is a founder of Devolt. Devolt is his community. So what we will do is that we can also share the link of his community in the description, right? So you all can just go through it. Other than that, he's 7 times Microsoft certified, right? So that's a very big achievement overall. Other than that, he's also a GitHub campus expert. So I believe these things are good enough already to talk about his credibility. Right. So, sir, the mic is all open. Anything that you would like to say about in your introduction, then we can just begin with the podcast.
Growth, consistency, idea, reality. It all begins at one point. Here. Want to know how the industry works or how to build yourself? Learn from experienced people from the industry. Subscribe to know more.
Sure. Hi, Manish. Thanks for the invite. Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing great. And I'm sure that most of you would be applying for Get a Campus Expert and have questions around it. But this podcast won't be around something that is related to one particular topic. It would be a combination and a lot of things that's out there. So, yes, stay tuned. It would be about my journey of how I just went from being a normal person out there in in my school to being of who I am right now in my associate product manager role. And if you are thinking that I have some work experience before, no, I don't have any. I'm a fresher, just like you all. So the misconception gets behold right now. And also, like, it's my journey from how I got my first internship at Geeks for Geeks and an offer previously from another company in my first year itself. How it went from GDSC to GitHub Campus Expert, how I landed up in an internship as an SD intern at Unstop and then working as associate product manager, how I'm taking sessions, mentoring sessions all along, and like guiding students all the way.
That is really an interesting story to listen to, right? Honestly. So, how has your story been? Like, how has your experience been? Yeah.
So the experience, I would say, is kind of adventurous because if you're trying out different things, I'm pretty sure it doesn't go smooth. I think even it doesn't happen for you, Manish.
Right.
Like,
Definitely.
it's like you become something that, okay, if I'm failing, I will learn.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm doing good, I would try to do my better. So that's the first thing I feel that the journey should be on, based upon in the foundations. And it was very simple. Like I had interest in a bit of coding and bit of management, like interacting with people out there. So it was bad time, COVID, in my first and second year. So there was not much interaction, but taking part in online events, online hackathons, that paved the path, which I feel that most of you don't, because you are afraid that, okay, people might judge or I might not be able to win the competition, but you might get to learn something.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that begins.
So, little bit, any insights about your college life? That how did you actually plan it out? How did it all go? Right.
So the first thing I would like to suggest to anyone who's listening right now is don't plan anything.
Okay.
So that's something I know it's not usual. People say that, okay, people say that plan everything, but I would say don't plan anything.
Perfect.
Just let it flow with whatever going, and that's what I did. So it was again my mood that, okay, let's explore Web3, let's explore cloud, let's explore web. So anything that was coming on my way and I was like liking it, let's explore. And this way you got a taste of each and everything. And now you know that, okay, this is the best for me without any regrets that, okay, I might have missed an opportunity.
Understandable. You also mentioned that like this is your first job, right? You're working as an associate product manager at Unstop, right? So how did it actually happen, right? How did you transition into that particular role? And for any student who is actually targeting such good roles, right? So what is the right skill set that they should actually focus upon?
So if you just see the role, like if you want to be a product manager itself, right, it includes two things. One is you need to be good with software development skills. That's pretty obvious because you need to guide the developers on how the things are built. And plus you need to be good with product side of it. It's like understanding how it will look to the user, the UI UX part of it, understanding how it will get market, understanding the stakeholders' perspective.
Right.
So the person who will be handling that particular product, understand good with communication and leadership skills, because again you are a manager. So you shouldn't be a boss, you should be a leader.
Right.
All of this just paved the way. So I feel that my internship at Instop, which was first a project management internship and then SD internship, now both of them combined plays the role of being a good product manager and the community part of it. So being active in community, hosting events, organizing events, helped me become a good leader. So like, I get to understand, okay, this is the product that might work. This is how I should communicate with the marketing team. This is how I should communicate with the stakeholders out there, and maybe get better insights from them,
Right.
and then communicate with the developers to improve it.
Understandable. So how did you actually make it, right? So how was like the interview experience or something that you would like to shed some light upon?
So the interview is like, again, it would depend on company to company, because it won't be same from like for
Definitely.
even like MNC and startups. And even in startups it would differ, even in MNCs it would differ. So for me it was like my internship I was already doing for 1.5 years at Inspire. So they knew me, they knew how I work. I have been there on site for 2 months, around 2 months during June and 1 month during January. So they know how I ideate about different things. So in product, you also need to ideate upon like what can be the new fields or the new features that can be worked upon.
Right.
My ideation goes, how my development skills goes, how I just come up with the new things, how I communicate, and how my leadership skill is. So the interview was pretty easy. It was pretty smooth of questions regarding if there is a particular situation, how would you tackle with it?
Right.
If the stakeholder is not accepting, then how would that go? On similar lines, then similarly for development roles.
Yeah, understood. So you have also, you have already experienced multiple internships as well, right? Geeks for Geeks, Internshala, and there are many more in your profile, right? So, like, what do you understand about it? That what is the most crucial component of an internship that students should actually focus upon when they are actually targeting their career growth, and like, what should they actually prioritize to?
Okay. So let's just divide it.
Right.
So first of all, let's just make it what is the most important thing that the recruiters look when they are looking in the application of an intern. So because most of the people just get lost that, okay, my application is not getting accepted, what should I do? Or I am applying at different websites but it's not getting accepted. So the most important thing is that they are looking at whether are you ready to explore and learn. Because they know that you don't know the correct approach. They don't know, you might not know the optimized approach. They also know that you are just a student, so
Right.
they should expect much from you. But you have to showcase to them that you are ready to learn. So just make sure that your profile says it loud, that okay, you are exploring new things, you are building projects on your own. Second thing, during the interview, just make sure that you show that okay, I am ready to explore and learn.
Right.
And that would be a key to cracking any internship. And then during the internship, make sure you learn.
Definitely.
So it's not, please don't fall into all those traps that, okay, I just give me the money and I will give you the certificate. Or those internships,
Yeah.
it goes like, build this particular project and we'll give you an internship certificate.
Right.
Those doesn't make sense.
Right.
And also recruiters know about it.
Right.
So that won't help you in jobs even. What you can do is apply for genuine internships where you are getting paid, even if it's a very small amount. It's fine. Or if it's a very good organization and it's like a government organization, and if they are asking that okay, it couldn't be paid, but you are going to learn a lot, then join and make sure that you try out different things. You are a student, so you'll be getting the freedom to explore about your ideas, because you might become their end user base.
Right.
So give out your ideas to your senior management.
Hmm.
Try to interact with them.
Hmm.
During your internship, try to interact with different people out there in the organization so that you create connections
Hmm.
and learn more during it.
Hmm. Yeah, and I believe that's the key, right? And there are multiple websites like Qubit, right? And Stop is already like one of the leading ones, right? Where you can actually explore multiple opportunities that are being posted by good companies, right? Because there is a hectic screening process for posting that particular job opening or internship opening, or even a competition that is being hosted, right? So like everything is thoroughly evaluated before posting, right? So you can actually trust these platforms, right? And actually, like many students are already doing it, right? And it's similar to LinkedIn, right? Just create a profile over there, because many hiring managers are also looking for good profiles from these places, right? And students can actually excel. मतलब ऐसा है, majorly tier 2 and tier 3 students face these issues because mentorship is somewhere lacking, right? मतलब tier 1 के बच्चों को तो already they get a lot in terms of their alumni, in terms of the sessions that they are getting अपने कैंपस में ही, बट टीयर टू टीयर थ्री के कॉलेजेस ने एफर्ट भी नहीं डालते और बच्चे खुद भी नहीं डालते, राइट? सो लाइक दैट समवेयर जहाँ पे उनको फर्क पड़ जाता है, राइट? So about the thing that they should actually prioritize, right? You already mentioned the things that they should focus upon, right? What should be the priority? Learning is one thing, but let's not just discuss the traditional things, मतलब जो general चीजें होती हैं, like from their experience, कुछ भी,
So, what I feel ki tier one mein there's nothing different except the competition.
right?
What happens is in tier two and tier three is you're not getting much of a competition.
Hmm.
If you are the best among them, then also you are average in whole India.
Absolutely.
So what happens is you feel that okay, I am the best all around, and there's no competition. So if I go and apply to any job, I might get it.
Hmm.
But that's the biggest myth that you are lying upon. It's like a frog in a well.
Right.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
So you need to explore. That's what tier one students mostly do.
Hmm.
Is they explore. So they don't just go out. They become the best in the college. Instead, they go out, become part of different communities, become like attend meetups, conferences, webinars, interact with different people, take part in national or international hackathons, and try out their skills.
Hmm.
And know that okay, we are standing at this particular position, and someone is out there better than me.
Right.
So I should work upon myself. I should grow and become better than what I was previously. So that's the first thing. Never get happy with what you have right now.
Right.
Like try to be better than what you were yesterday.
Hmm.
And the second thing is I would say connect with people, because that's the most important aspect, because it might happen that someone knows an opportunity that you don't.
Right. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
So and the third thing is become part of those communities. Become part of websites like Unstop, where you can find different opportunities, or DevFolio, DevPost, Hack to Skill, Reskill, many more. There are websites like out there. So just become part of this website so you can get different opportunities at your handcuffs or at your fingertips.
Right.
So this will help you get more opportunities that's out there.
Right. So that's a really great insight overall. Students, you should actually just note down the website names that you just mentioned or the platform names. Just try to explore it as soon as possible, right? Just create a profile, just start exploring the opportunities that are over there, right? Because मतलब खुद से भी लानी चाहिए, right? Just start doing on your own, right? Yeah, anything
And
else?
adding to it, they should be also doing one more thing, is complete the profile. So like suppose, let's take example of my own company, Unstop. So what we feel is like if a particular candidate just completes the profile, the application process, the whole thing becomes so easy for them.
Right.
So they can come, if they want to apply for Flipkart Grid, or they want to apply for Rebel Foods, like the hackathon which is going on currently. They can just go, if their like profile is already filled, they can just go and apply.
Right.
They don't have to fill it again. Or if they want to apply for jobs and internship, they can just directly go and fill, and so on for other websites too. So it won't be something like they have to do it again and again. Have the profile, and it might happen that the hiring manager also reaches out to you based on the profile.
Right. And that has been the case actually, like many students get benefit from these things directly, because the recruiters directly reach out to the good profiles because every company is actually looking for the potential talent, right? And जैसा हमारे लिए scenario, right, we are just looking for the best opportunity, so the hiring managers are also looking for the best candidate, right? And this thing is very true, because I have heard multiple managers saying this thing, because they're just exploring good uh, profiles, they're analyzing the market, they're just trying to extract the best talent out of the market, right? So opportunities are there, just start exploring it, students, right? So
And also remove the myth that okay, only tier one students can get into good companies.
right,
It's just that if you have the skills, tier two and tier three doesn't matter.
definitely,
Your skills matter nowadays.
definitely, specifically in tech, yeah, specifically in tech, this thing is prevalent much more in comparison to any other fields, right?
That
Yeah. So for okay, so you've already like been into software development, right, and also mentoring, right? So how do you balance both technical skills and the soft skills, like that you developed thoroughly with your experience through the internships or the job roles that you have been into, right? So anything that you'd like to add upon this thing?
so it's not about balancing. First of all,
Hmm.
you have to be good at both.
Hmm.
See, if let's take an example. If I am good with technical skills, but I'm not good with my soft skills,
Hmm.
what will happen is when I do a job, I won't be working alone. I'll be working in a team.
Right.
So it might happen that I am the best coder out there, but I don't know how to communicate my thoughts. I don't know how to share that, okay, I am particularly learning or coding in this particular fashion
Hmm.
because I feel that this is the correct approach.
Hmm.
So I need to be accustomed that, okay, I should communicate clearly. I should tell my thoughts to my senior manager or
Mhm.
someone else with whom I'm like building the software, and similarly goes vice versa.
Right.
I'm very good at soft skills, but I don't have any other skills which is giving me employment. What would I do by just communicating with other people or just being a good leader?
Hmm.
So what I did personally was, as I mentioned previously, work on your skills and also take part in community events. So what happens in the community events is it's just not about attending.
Hmm.
While you are attending, try to interact with the speakers, try to interact with the organizer,
Hmm.
try to get through the technology on which they are focusing currently, and then approach to them that, okay, can I be a speaker in some of your session?
Hmm.
If they find that, okay, you are a good fit, they might give you a chance.
Hmm.
And most of the communities give you a chance because it's about building together. And from there, you can learn by your experience. Okay, this is how I should talk. This is how I should communicate. This is how I should read the people's mind,
Hmm.
and you get better with it.
Yeah, definitely. So this is also really great insight that students should actually focus upon, right? Because that's how you would actually explore that thing in yourself, right? That you can also be a speaker, right?
Yep.
Because somewhere or other you just need to start, right? At some specific point. जब तक explore ही नहीं करोगे तब तक पता ही नहीं लगेगा, right? And क्या पता कौन सी
About
opportunity कहाँ आके मिल जाए, right? We don't know, right? And this happens like this has happened with me as well. मतलब अभी recently ही हुआ, right? So like something similar happened. I just attended a session, right? And the speaker randomly just asked me a certain question. He just stand up and answer this thing. I wouldn't reveal the question, right? So I answered the question professionally, right? Because average student बोलेगा and someone with experience who says the particular thing, तो difference होता है, right? So he just identified that okay, something is different, right? I was sitting there, I was working on my laptop in the venue itself, क्योंकि मतलब the session was normal, right? So what happened that he just came to me, right? I was sitting, I didn't notice that he's there, and he just asked me that okay, let's have a discussion. So I just went out for 5 minutes, right? And that meeting just converted into a 5 hours meeting, right? We had a project from him, right? That too for social media optimization and development and everything, right? So it just turned out in a very different way. So like this is one just example that happened with this is the reality, right? This is not an example even, because once you just start exploring, you'll just get more and more and more and more opportunities. You don't know कहाँ से मिल जाए कोई भी, right? And that's how the students should actually just start doing it, right? Okay, so uh, I just saw the term agile project management, right, in your profile itself. So can you explain how is it implemented in real world projects, and what resources and certifications would you recommend for the students who are interested in this certain area?
So first of all, I won't generalize it, or I won't just specify it for Microsoft Azure.
Hmm.
I would like to generalize it that okay, uh, AWS, GCP, Azure. You can work on any of the tools that you prefer, or any other cloud tool that you are preferring. So what you can do is, the first thing, all of these platforms have their own learning platforms too, which are completely free of cost. So let's say you want to explore Azure, you can go to learn.microsoft.com. You want to explore AWS, you can go to aws.education.com. You want to explore Google Labs, GCP, you can go to Quick Labs. And there are many other websites that they can explore on their own, learn from there, then go to the certification section, check out that okay, these are the different certifications, these are the different learning paths. So what they have done is divided into different paths. Suppose you want to be a data scientist or you want to be an AI engineer. They have built the paths based on which you can crack those certifications. Check those out, understand that okay, these are the particular paths on which I should maybe work upon, and get through it. And like if you are thinking that okay, I want to build a particular project, and you should definitely, because if you are learning something, the recruiter should know that okay, you have used it practically, because that's the best way to learn. What you can do is, when you are learning, you will be getting modules in every course. So in every documentation that you look, you'll be getting modules that okay, this is how you can implement it. Come up with a new use case, implement it, try it out. If you are facing any issue, you can reach out to any person who is good at it on LinkedIn. Like for Azure, you can always reach out to me that okay, I'm facing this particular issue. How should I solve it? And if the other person does not respond, reach out to someone else. And this is how you can build your own project, learn from your experiences. You can reach out to documentations. You can check out like the different chat channels or technical communication channels where they have discussed about the same issue. And get through it.
Right. So yeah, just students just try to note down these pointers, right? So that you can just go through the notes that you have created after watching this video, and just directly explore the things that Mr. Harshvardhan is mentioning, right? So the thing is that, sir, you have already been into mentorship, right? And there, I believe you have also shaped your own personality somehow, because after being into mentorship, there is little bit of change that you also incorporate, right? Because you're always learning through the experience that you have been into, right? So how has that experience helped you in your career development, right? And also, like, most frequent questions that, or the queries that you got from the students, that you would like to mention here, and that would actually help the students a lot.
Okay, so let's again break it. So the first part I am answering, and then I will go to the second part.
Sure.
So based on the first part, you won't believe, I'm pretty sure about it, that during my school time, I was pretty introvert.
Okay.
So if you would have reached out to me at that particular time, you would have got an answer. You won't have seen me interacting with you, or you would have seen me just going out and just taking the stage, just like that. But currently, based on like different community events, speaking, mentoring at different people out there, you get a confidence. So after each and every session that you give, and each and every feedback that you get, which is positive, you gain confidence.
Definitely.
Which is the most important thing. Because what happens is, when you are gaining confidence, you also get that vibe that okay, I need to be better because people are looking at me,
Right.
and that pushes you forward. So with confidence, you also get yourself ready to push forward. You also get ready to explore. You are not worried that okay, if I go to this particular territory, which I mean a particular domain, I would be like, people would tell me something, or people would laugh at me, or something of that sort. You get that confidence, you get that vibe, and you just move forward. Similarly, most of the people out here, I am sure, those who are listening right now, you would be feeling that okay, I also want to be a speaker, but I'm afraid of it. I'm not sure what I would speak on. Just try it out. It might happen that you won't give your best the first time, the second time, the third time, but the fourth time you'll be better. You'll be better than your. In the second time, you'll be better than your first. The third time, you'll be better than your second, and so on and so forth. No one is perfect. Everyone is learning. And even there's a saying that if you are on the stage, or the audience is there to support you, they won't be laughing. They want you to be successful.
Right.
and that is very true.
Right. I can totally agree with this point, honestly. Yeah. Now moving to the second part,
Okay,
yeah.
and yeah, coming to the second part, some of the queries I feel most of the people ask, and they do ask. First is how to crack jobs and internship. Like, okay, I've built a resume, I put it on the careers portal, but I don't get a response. What should I do? So, most important thing, ATS friendly resume.
Right.
Please make sure your resume is ATS friendly.
Hmm.
If it's not, you won't get a response. Make sure it reaches out to the recruiter.
Hmm.
Second thing, if you are applying to any startup, make sure that you are following the HR on LinkedIn. Because it might happen sometimes that for that particular job post, they are writing that, okay, you can directly reach out to me over email. Or
Hmm.
if you have the email of that particular recruiter, just reach out to them over email that, okay, I'm interested in this particular job.
Hmm.
Uh, can you please assist me? Or can you just have a look at my profile or something of that sort? The third thing is people asking, how can I get a referral?
Hmm.
Again, that's a very common question, and
Hmm.
everybody wants a referral in today's market.
Hmm.
But just make sure that your way is correct. So, what you can do is when you are asking for a referral, make sure you first of all write who you are, then explain your skills,
Hmm.
then explain your current role or position or your past experiences, and then fourth, in brief, explaining why you should be referred for this particular role and not someone else.
Right.
And then put your resume.
Hmm.
Don't just write that, okay, hi, I am this and I'm looking for this particular job role. That doesn't make sense. And the other person would also be like, why should I refer? They won't just go and check out your resume. And also give the opportunity link. So make sure that you give the opportunity link because he should know that what role are you talking about exactly, and he or she doesn't have to go about searching for that role.
Yeah, totally understandable.
And then there's again a very common question is how should I upskill?
Hmm.
Now there are many platforms out there. You get confused that okay, how should I upskill? How should I be better? Or if I want to learn a particular skill, where should I go?
Hmm.
For all the for all like learning, there are different websites. Based upon it, you can just reach out to different websites. Like for learning cloud computing in Azure,
Hmm.
learn.microsoft.com by Microsoft is the best. Similarly, if you are planning to learn something which is on AI,
Hmm.
you can just go to data science or maybe just go to different platforms out there. But if you're trying to learn a language, if you're trying to learn something which is of development, what I would suggest is try out different YouTube videos. Just learn the basics, get your foundations clear, then build upon it.
Hmm.
Because building would give you practical skills and you would actually encounter real life bugs.
Hmm.
It's not just theoretical practices that's actually required in today's market when AI is taking over.
Right.
And yeah, I forgot one thing. If you are like not getting an ATS friendly resume,
Hmm.
you can go to my profile at Unstop. I have added a free resource which is ATS friendly resume. You can maybe check it out. Just fill in your details and it would be almost 90% ATS friendly. Now, adding to it, if you are searching that, okay, I want to check is my resume ATS friendly or not, the best solution is no software, but a careers portal. So go to any jobs portal of a good company,
Hmm.
choose the upload resume option, and see how good it fills your data. If it does it almost perfectly, your resume is ATS friendly. If it does not, maybe work upon it.
This is a great tip, honestly.
Yeah, so that's the best part because what people do is maybe they search on Google that ATS friendly resume checker,
Huh.
and they get different scores on different websites, and they're like, which one should I actually believe in? So this is the best way because the job portal would say it all.
Yeah, totally.
There's a very common question, but it's not again that so common.
Hmm.
Is how should I begin with community?
Okay.
Where should I find opportunities? Where should I reach out to people? So just don't go ahead and reach out on LinkedIn. The best places you can go if you are looking for community events. There's a website called Meetup. So just go to meetup.com, check out in your area which events are happening. When you join those events, interact with the organizer and speaker to know that if there's any event that is happening, except from meetup.com. Or maybe you can join my community where I usually post, but it's mostly Delhi and Kolkata based, and maybe sometimes from other regions. But just join this type of communities where you get to know, okay, that this particular event is going to happen in my city, and join and meet in person, because in person connections are much better than LinkedIn connections. Because then that person would be compelled to answer you.
Definitely.
They won't. If I'm meeting Manish, I would be compelled to answer him. That okay, if you're asking this question, even I don't want to answer, I would be like, करना पड़ेगा because सामने खड़ा है.
सामने खड़ा है इंसान. Right.
ना नहीं सकते. So that's the best place to network, best place to ask for referral, because then he would be like forced to maybe just look at your resume. कि हाँ एक बार देखना तो पड़ेगा ही because वो खड़ा है. And just ignore it. And if your resume is catchy, obviously he would give you a referral.
Definitely.
I think that covers it all.
Okay. So actually, like this answer is actually something जो भी देख रहे हैं ना वीडियो को भी बच्चे just take a pen, take a paper and note it out, right? मतलब इतने सारे pointers हैं specifically in this answer. Just fill your copies, right? Honestly, just start exploring every single thing. He has mentioned multiple names in terms of the platforms that you can explore, right? And बहुत सारी tips हैं. Like this is the gem यहाँ पे. This answer is the real gem of the podcast अभी तक. Right? आगे और भी आ सकता है पता नहीं. So let us move to the next part, right? So you have partially answered this question that I'm about to ask you, right? This is about the communities itself. So you have been quite active in the communities. You have created your own community, right? As you mentioned, the name is Devolt, right? So that's a really good part of it. So you have already talked about the importance of the communities that students should engage into, right? So just talking about the edge that it can give the students in terms of their career.
So, first of all, if you are just keeping it career specific, let's just first of all cover the personal aspect, how it grows you as a person. Then we can go to the career aspect of
Sure.
So, as a student, even it helps you a lot, because what happens is you are given an exam. Let's be first of all very frank. कोई नहीं पढ़ता है इंजीनियरिंग में, कोई टेक के लिए नहीं पढ़ता है, सब एग्जाम के एक रात पहले पढ़ते हैं.
Right.
Now if you're attending meetups, what happens is वहाँ पे नई नई टेक्नोलॉजीज के बारे में बात होती है. We'll be taught about, let's say, the newest technologies that are out there, or we taught about something else. What happens is those might relate with the topics that are taught in your college. During the exam, you have to make up stories. You can write those stories out there which are related to the topic, and the teacher might like it because it's a new concept. It's coming out of the book. So it might help you in your exams. Now you might be more interested to listen to the next of the part, and I am sure you might have taken out your pens and copies that okay, now I should write because exam की बात आ गई है, marks अच्छे मिल जाएंगे. So now coming to the second part, it boosts your confidence. So when you are meeting new people out there each and every day or each and every weekend, what happens is you are communicating with them, you are learning new things, you are feeling that okay, I'm doing something productive. When your mind feels that you are doing something productive, you feel good. You have a motivated, positive vibe around you, and that's what gives you confidence. So what will happen is you automatically get into a habit of learning something new. And now if you're facing that okay, kal kar lete hain, yeah, that feeling that I should just postpone it, or I will do it later, or I will do it just the day before, or just the hour before, you might get rid of this particular habit, because now you know ki haan, if I'm going every weekend instead of just lying on my bed, I have the capacity to do anything that I want. Or the best part of it is you get to compete. So you know that the other person who is not from your college is also doing something great in his or her life in this particular way, and maybe I should be better than him or her in this particular way, and therefore I should do this particular thing. So this is how your personal achievements will grow. This your personality will grow. Now coming to the career part.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure now you might connect that okay, if all of this grows, your career will automatically grow. Now, if your personality also grows with it, even if you're not looking for a job and you're planning to build your own business or a
Hmm.
startup, it might help you a lot because now you know that how to interact with people. Now you know the right people out there who will be doing great in life. You can always stay connected with them.
Hmm.
And then maybe just in the future, if you need any help, or in the future, if you just want to build something bigger, you can reach out to them and they will be there to support you.
Hmm.
And in career terms, obviously, it might help you with network, it might help you with referrals, it might help you get to know about a particular company and how it's working currently. It might help you know about open positions that you're fighting for. It might help you get a direct entry to any company.
Definitely.
It might help you just learn about that. Okay, these are the particular tech stack this particular is aiming for in the future, and I should work upon it so that in the future I am the best eligible candidate.
Hmm.
Or just build a great project because you don't know that the other person might have a great idea. He or she might share with you, and you both work and win some great hackathon, which is international hackathon. So all of this works out pretty well in communities.
Definitely. A really great answer, and that is already full of a lot of takeaways. So, yeah. Okay, so now this thing is more about research. The next question is more about research, right? So, research is already a very integral component of every single thing that you do, right? Even if you're searching for a particular job, or if you're searching for a if you're looking for a specific internship, or you're looking for a good opportunity to connect to people, right? Everything requires research, right? या फिर अगर आपको अपने career related कोई doubt है, then do you need research, right? You'll search for the problem, right? Now, what happens is that if we talk about product management and if we talk about the normal research that a student is doing for him or herself, right? So in product management, market research influences the product decisions definitely, because that's how you actually begin with the problem statement, right? And in the similar way, market research also influences the opportunities that you'll be getting as a student, right? So like, just the relation between both the things, and how do you think that you should most efficiently do the research, and any specific tools that you would like to mention?
Okay, so there's one thing which is I feel most of the students should learn,
Hmm.
which they avoid thinking that okay, I'm a master because I've been Googling for years.
Hmm.
What do I mean by Googling is searching on Google.
Right.
Now, it's an art.
Yeah.
So, searching on Google itself is an art. You need to understand how search of Google works.
Hmm.
You need to understand how, if I want a particular thing, how should I search it on Google? If I want to become a build a personal brand identity, how should I make myself available so that my profile comes listed on Google itself automatically, organically, just by typing my name? And all of this, for this, you need to maybe you can just do a short course instead of just thinking that I know the things, because the research plays a vital role over here. Now, if you're a student, what you do is you look for job opportunities, you look for different opportunities that's out there, whether it be internship, jobs, meetup, hiring challenges, hackathons, or so on and so forth. For that, you need to know that okay, this is how I should Google, this is how I should search for that particular key term that I want in right now,
Right.
or this is what I should be looking for right now. That's the first part of it. Second thing is, again, try to be active on social media. Now, people say that LinkedIn is very it gives me stress, it gives me tension, it gives me a lot of things, anxiety, depression, and whatnot, because people are achieving and I'm not. Now, try to understand the good perspective of it. Take the good part of it. People are achieving different things, I should achieve it too. Now, LinkedIn can be a great place if you want to know about the latest things that's going in the market. So if you're doing a research, you can just go out on LinkedIn, see what people are doing. Search on LinkedIn again, just like Google, you can search on LinkedIn. Use the search feature not just to search people, search opportunities, connect with people, connect with organizations that's out there, learn about different companies. You can just go ahead and check out different companies that's out there. You can go ahead and check out the different posts that people have made regarding that company. So suppose you're applying for a particular job and you want to research about the company. Go ahead and check out the company's page. whether they would be active on LinkedIn or Twitter. Check out the company's page, you'll get the recent thing that they are working on.
Definitely.
And that would obviously make you stand apart from rest of the people, because they would be just going through the website.
Right.
They would be just scrolling the website, seeing that okay, these are the mission, these are the vision.
Right.
I will. But you would be answering that okay, these are the things that you're working on. This is your current motive, and this is what you might be working in the future. I can be a good fit because I am aligned with it.
Definitely.
Now that would be a great fit for the company, because they would want someone who is aligned with the goals.
Can't agree more to this point specifically, because this is a very good tip as well. And also I would just like to add another point to this, as in talking about social media itself, right? So nowadays the trend has changed completely. पहले क्या था कि you just search on YouTube, you'll get the videos, right? You just go through it and आपका हो सकता है query solve हो जाए, right? But nowadays जब से the short form content has been introduced to the platforms, तो अभी क्या लगता है कि you just scrolling reels जो कि meaningless है, right? Memes आ रहे हैं and you're just enjoying it, right? But there is another aspect to it. अब Instagram को कितने लोग सही तरीके से यूज करना जानते हैं, I'm not aware about it. Right, मतलब बहुत छोटा परसेंटेज है who is actually, you know, like they have this specific knowledge कि how to extract maximum from those 30 seconds of investment जो कि आप लगा रहे हो अपने टाइम का. Because there are n number of creators who are actually, you know, creating such a good content जिसमें कि they are actually delivering something जो कि out of the box है, जो कि आप शायद 15 मिनट का वीडियो देख करके भी नहीं निकाल पाते, जो कि उसने 30 सेकंड में सामने डिलीवर करके दे दिया. Right. If you have any query, na, just go on Instagram and search. ऊपर search bar पे, search bar is very strong Instagram का, right? It will give you post जो कि मतलब related होगा ना, somewhat related होगा, वो भी दे देगा, right? Just go to the short feed and just start scrolling the actual good videos related to the problem that you have seen. तो वहाँ पे क्या है, 30 seconds में आपको 15 मिनट का content मिल रहा है, so it is saving a lot of time for you, right? And students can actually utilize this thing. मतलब टूल्स दे देते हैं आपको कितना कुछ, दे आर जस्ट अपडेटिंग यू, मतलब फास्टर देन यूट्यूब, राइट? फास्टर देन यूट्यूब क्रिएटर्स, इंस्टाग्राम इज अपडेटिंग यू नाउडेज, एंड स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट यूटिलाइजिंग इट इन द राइट वे. Okay, so let's just move to the last component of the discussion, right? After that, the mic will be all open, and anything that you'd like to add, so you can just add, right? So, okay, so you have already been into multiple sessions, right? So you understand the importance of networking, both online and offline, right? You have already played a crucial role in mentoring students and the related profiles, right, that you have worked for. So the thing is that how actually is networking crucial, because you have already discussed this thing little bit already in the podcast about networking itself, so it already plays a very crucial role. You already understand it, right? So how to actually add networking to the career progression, right, as a student? And other than that, what strategies should students use to build a strong professional network?
Okay, so the first and the most important thing I believe is just don't be someone who is selfish. What most people lack is when they are connecting with people, they are connecting just for getting something out of it.
Definitely.
Suppose someone just comes up to me and says that okay, I want to connect with you because you are doing great. That doesn't sound good. Just think about yourself, that someone is coming to you and saying that okay, I want to connect because you're doing great and I think you might help me in the future. So that's the first part of it. Try to be polite, try to be friendly, try to understand that okay, this is my particular problem and this is where you can help me. The other person would definitely be there to help you, but you need to also understand that okay, what is your problem statement, where you are actually lacking. Don't just go with a general statement, okay, I am not able to get a job, how should I get it?
Right.
No one would be able to help you because you are again not sure that where you are lacking.
Definitely.
The second most important thing is, if you want to make a good use of community, is by like getting to understand that okay, let's suppose you joined a particular session and you understand a few new concepts. Let's say I understood about Azure today and I want to build upon it. Then just think during the 5 minutes break or the 10 minutes break that you have, that if I am thinking of implementing this particular thing out here, will I be able to do so? If not, go out to the speaker, try to understand that okay, you talked about this particular part, How should I do it? Or you talked about this particular things. How should I actually do upon it? Third thing is interact. What most people forget is interaction. When the speaker is asking or when they are trying to interact, be engaging, tell your opinions freely. No one is going to judge you. Even if people judge you, it's their fault. It's like if you're asking us question which you feel is stupid. First of all, no question is stupid or no question is something which is vague out there.
Right.
You should ask your question freely. And if people are thinking so, it's their fault because they won't be learning.
Definitely.
You would be taking something out of today's session because you cleared your doubts. You cleared your mind from the doubts that you had. And now you can just work upon new things. So this is what the third thing. And the fourth, which I feel should be there. But again, that's not a very important perspective of it, but you can maybe incorporate it, is try to build an extensive relationship. So just suppose you're meeting a person, try to connect with them in such a way that they remember you. So let's just maybe talk about some of the ideas that you get during the session in an open to feedback manner. So if they are giving some feedback, don't be like, भाई क्यों दे रहा है यार मुझे feedback, या फिर don't be like, okay, I was just giving an opinion because I want to connect with you. Be open to feedback because it's pretty obvious in your body language.
Definitely.
Try to understand, try to connect, and then reach out to them on LinkedIn the same day, telling something about the session or just telling about what's going in your mind right now. So this way you would be connecting with them in a much better manner, even for the people who are listening right now. After listening, maybe you can give your opinion in the comment box that, okay, this is my opinion. Or just reach out to me that you are wrong in this particular thing. I feel this should have been the correct answer, or
Definitely.
this should have been better.
Hmm.
I might be able to learn, or you might be able to learn. We both are exchanging our thoughts, ideas, and learnings.
Hmm.
So yes, these four things would be more than enough to get the most out of a community, get the most out of an opportunity that you have in your hand.
Can't agree more to this point as well, because this session has already been so fruitful for the students, because we have already discussed a lot in terms of the experience that you have catered in so many years, right? So this definitely has a lot of meaning for the students. If they have just noted it down, if they utilize this information in a very proper way, then definitely this session is a gold mine for them, right? And मतलब ऐसा है कि you can't actually openly talk about every single pointer in a single podcast or in a single workshop, right? So any specific points that you would like to mention that we didn't cover in this podcast अभी तक for the students that might be beneficial, and we can just summarize the whole podcast.
So if you are thinking of some, like, to summarize this whole particular thing which I told right now, is first of all, it's if you can just summarize it into 5 words.
Huh.
I think it's those 5 words that I usually speak about, but I don't remember, but I took it from somewhere. It was, the first thing is explore. So explore, just explore. Don't bound yourself. Don't be like, okay, I'm doing this thing right now, I shouldn't explore this particular thing. Be ready to explore, be ready to just grab the opportunity that's in your hand without thinking that, okay, I'm not good at it, or it's not the good time for me, or I am not most eligible person out there in the room. If you're getting the opportunity, grab it. Second, learn. Be ready to learn and unlearn. Why unlearn is, it might happen that you have learned something which is wrong previously. Be ready to unlearn, open to feedback, and learn new things.
Definitely.
Then connect. The third word is connect with people, connect with different opportunities, connect with hackathons. Connect yourself to the good vibes, connect yourself to the people that's out there, or just connect yourself with yourself.
Right.
What I mean is, understand yourself, understand why you are lacking or when you are lacking. Then the third word is, so we connect, explore, learn, connect. Then the fourth word is grow. So be ready to just grow. So when you're growing, make sure you will face challenges. make sure you will lose your friends. Make sure that you will face a very hard time when you are growing, because no one would be able to keep up with your pace. Everyone has their own journey.
Definitely.
So be ready to accept that. Be ready to stay lonely for some time. Be ready to just keep yourself growing and be happy with it. And the final part is build. So just don't work on the theoretical aspects. Build something for the society that's out there. It can be building a community, it can be building a particular software, it can be building your own management and communication skills so that you can help people out there.
Understood. And these are all good takeaways for the students as well. Nice rule that I follow. And I'm very sorry, but actually this is something that actually builds meaning to the motto that you carry for your life, right? तब कभी ना कभी you'll also go through such things. सबकी लाइफ में एक ऐसा मोमेंट आएगा जब you'll find something meaningful जो कि आपसे अटैच हो जाएगा, right? So this is something that you follow, and students can also just try to explore something that might be more meaningful to themselves, right? मतलब ऐसा जो कि उनके लिए ज्यादा एक अच्छा मैसेज कैरी करे उनकी लाइफ को लेकर, right? And this is already a really great session अभी तक, and I'm looking forward to have multiple more sessions with you similar ways, right? And like all the contribution that you have given for this podcast are commendable, right? And I'm really thankful for you have already invested so much of your time, so I'm really thankful for that. And yeah, that's all from this podcast, and that's all from my side. Anything that you would like to say? Then yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to just say that thanks a lot, Manish, for inviting me. It was great, like connecting with you and be a part of this particular podcast. And you are doing a great job. Like, I also support your motto, and actually looking forward for more such sessions
Definitely.
where I can connect with audience and like I can just share what I believe. And it has been great. Like your questions have been great, particularly because it's not a general question, or I don't feel it's a question which I usually find on podcast is targeting a particular topic or targeting a particular thing. It's kind of actually which the students are currently facing in this
Definitely.
market scenario. So yes, kudos to you too, and looking forward to connect with you again on some other session.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your the compliment. And yeah, definitely we'll be having another session together. And other than that, we can also have live sessions together. As in anything live, so questions can be asked live to you, so you can just answer the questions as soon as possible, right? So yeah, that's all from our side. Thank you, people. Thank you for watching the podcast. And yeah, bye bye. That's all from our side.
Maybe you can just type in the comment if you want a live session. If a good comment, maybe we can have one.
Yeah, sure. So just don't forget to drop your comments, right? So comment anything, and comment the best part of the podcast as well, right? So that we all can just get a review from your side that what else we could improve and what are questions to add to the podcast, right? So that will be beneficial both ways.
And maybe just you can join my community if you want to explore more, or if you want to just get the resume or other part of it. I am sure it might be added. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime you face any issue, or you feel in this podcast I should have said something on this particular topic, or you have left with some other questions.
Right.
That's running in your mind. Just reach out to me.
So here is his LinkedIn ID above his video, and the link for his community is in the description. So that's all from for this podcast. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye bye.